It's Saturday, the first Saturday of the new year of 2026, and it's time for us to talk technology on the Experts program here on Power Talk Radio. Joining us right now, Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group. Luis, welcome to the new year. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, my friend. How was your New Year's? Was it busy and active or quiet?
I don't go out on amateur night. I stayed home. Stayed home and watched, let's see, there was a football game on that afternoon.
Yep.
I think Miami played that day. Miami and
University of Miami, yeah. Watched the game here in Orlando where I'm staying for the holiday. And we had the entire family huddled around the TV as we watched the U beat up on, who the heck did they beat?
Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was a huge win for them. And then on New Year's night, that game between Georgia and Ole Miss was a great game. That was really
good game. Yeah.
So we've got Ole Miss and Miami next weekend. So that is
January 8th. Yeah.
Going to be a really good game.
Yeah, and if the University of Miami wins that game, they'll actually play the championship game in their home field.
Wow.
Where the Orange Bowl is played, yeah.
That'll be something. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Be a lot of fun for that. All right. And then tonight, the 49ers host the Seattle Seahawks. It is the 17th and final game of the 2026 or 2025 season for both teams. And the winner of the game wins out. They get the first place in the NFC West, and they would then have the home field advantage through the playoffs. And if the 49ers win, that means, and let's say they win out, every playoff game they play and the Super Bowl would be in their home stadium, which would be pretty cool if you're a 49er fan.
Yeah, wow. And that, especially the way the season started for them, right? With all those defensive injuries, everybody pretty much, especially when Purdy was hurt and couldn't play, and they're like, oh, great, now it's Mac Jones, the guy who couldn't make it in New England. That's going to be our guy. And then he played lights out, and the defense seemed to have rebounded from the loss of all their star players. So what a year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Seattle is really good. They are a really tough team, and they play well away from home. So it's not one of those kinds of things where you can say, well, Seattle's on the road, so the 49ers have this big advantage. Yes, they have an advantage, home field advantage, but it's not as big of a home field advantage as you'd normally have because Seattle is excellent on the road. So they're going to come into San Francisco, or Santa Clara, that is, loaded for bear tonight, and that's going to be fun to watch.
Must-watch TV, for sure.
Hey, let's take a look at the top technology trends that are going to shape this new year with emerging tech and what to expect in 2026. And what are some of the things that you're watching that are going to impact us?
Well, of course, AI is moving again into a bigger role into our lives, and especially with something called agentic AI. And agentic AI is basically AI designed to fulfill specific tasks and roles. And in business, we're starting to see more and more agentic AI take on roles to help reduce operational cost and improve efficiencies. So it's not replacing people, but it's just making people even more efficient. And this whole agentic thing, which automates a lot of the tasks that are kind of mundane and kind of the low-hanging fruit of efficiency, you're going to see more of that happen this year in business and as well as at home as people start to use AI for more than just talking to ChatGPT periodically.
Now, one of the other things that's on the list to look out for in 26 is solid-state batteries and next-gen energy storage. Is this kind of similar to what we're going to talk about on Monday?
Yeah, so we're going to dive deeper in this on Monday, but it is really a bigger trend because it's not just about EVs. It's also about developing battery storage as a way to store, especially in California, where we generate so much power from our solar grid, the ability to store that power and use it at night or when the sun isn't shining has bedeviled industry for a long time. And now these new solid-state batteries that are coming online as soon as later this year are going to solve that problem by providing increased storage capacity without all the dangers of lithium-ion packs. So tune in on Monday to learn more about that.
And neuromorphic and brain-inspired computing. Woo! The Borg? Is this the Borg?
It's kind of the Borg, yeah. So this is the idea of using chips that are modeled on human neurons, right? So the idea that one of the things about the human brain is that it can transfer information so fast because of these neurons neurons that we use to connect our brain cells. So mimicking that in robots and in other sensors that could function much like the brain functions is something that has really been in the works for a while. And this is the year where you start to see it in more practical applications throughout all industries.
How about 6G connectivity? We've got 5G with our phones. That isn't even fully deployed everywhere, but it looks like they're ready to move on to 6G. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so 6G is in trials, so it's really not fully deployed, but it's already demonstrating like so much more powerful communications than 5G. And where this comes into play is the idea of having 6G networks being able to be used by automated autonomous cars, because if they can communicate with each other instantaneously or near instantaneously with low latency, it will really accelerate the development of these networks that can be used by autonomous vehicles to communicate with each other and avoid accidents and learn from each other. So 6G is something that we're going to see more of or hear more of as the year progresses, but it probably won't be starting to deploy from a commercial perspective for at least a couple more years.
How about quantum computing stabilization and error correction? That sounds pretty geeky, but I'm sure it's important.
Yeah, so quantum computers are something that we've been waiting to really take off, but the problem is that they're prone to a lot of errors. And so advances in error correction in these quantum computers are starting to really make the practical applications of quantum computing a reality. So this is the year we'll start to see some of these theories of quantum computing, move into more practical applications, and especially in commercial spaces like manufacturing and scientific spaces as well.
Last thing I want to mention here is AI-driven cybersecurity and self-healing networks. Is this going to be the poison pill to get rid of hackers?
We hope so. Hackers have been using AI themselves in a negative way to really subject us to a lot of very sophisticated phishing campaigns and hacking and doing a good job of creating breaches. But now I think that the defensive side of AI cybersecurity is starting to become a reality. So we're going to see AI be deployed in cybersecurity tools throughout this year that will not only detect and respond to threats, but also be able to self-heal. That is, detect the threat, remove it, and then completely be able to cure whatever damage was caused. So it's going to be a real game changer for those of us in the cybersecurity space, because it will only augment the human power that we already have with all of the cybersecurity AI tools.
Sounds excellent. All right, that's Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today here on Power Talk Radio. Online, you find them at alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is the X handle, and Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.
And looking ahead to Monday, there could be a real game changer in the manufacture of batteries for EVs.
Yep. Imagine having a 600-mile range. Tune in to learn more.
That's right. Starting Monday morning, 8:30 right here on Power Talk Radio. Luis, thank you so much, and have a great, great week. And once again, a very happy new year to you and yours.
You too, my friend. Take care.